That's literally the start. Hello everyone. I know, right? I'm sorry. It's dark. It's all crap. But everything's good. This is kind of how everything's been so far. So hello everyone. Welcome to the Hidden Levels, Hidden Frequencies podcast. You see at the top, freaking badass. And well, we're a week we go. Freaking half the team leaving to this. Production values raising and just freaking madness, as they say. But yeah, that's Jagius, and it's a guest as well. He's taking the role of 2 spots because he's leaving because of something awesome happened this week. No, he's not leaving. Don't freaking all leave rather now. I was joking about that part. Again,
yeah, right. I was gonna say your number's about to go up. They're like, God, he's gone. Let's go.
You're the reason everyone left. Oh shit. We'll cut that one out after. But yeah, this is the. Oh, now you can actually see me. By the way, there you go. Matt, you can actually see me. I see my ugly face because like the screen was so dark, no one could see me. And I was just like, who the hell is talking? And I, of course, self-promoting with the Hulk Cup. And yeah, and Gamer Guy can't see me, so I'm sticking my finger up to him right now, which is great. But anyway, so let us get started. Of course, where the feck is my invite to this? The first week there's no guests. No, like who would even want to be on this podcast? To be honest, like not even we want to be here, but we gotta try something, haven't we?
He forced me to be here.
Yeah. I'm so white. This is basically a slaughtered podcast. I know next week I'll be adding the chat to the podcast as well. But so normally the first thing we're going to plan to do is have like a kind of intro and where we have like special guests come in, whether it be game developers. But obviously this week was kind of thrown together yesterday. Wait, this podcast was thrown together yesterday, just kind of cool. But next week, well, I won't be here next week. In that case, Jagius will be taking over.
Sorry.
Yeah, sorry. And then he'll probably bring on 2 musketeers, as they say. Get your applications in now. But yeah, so the first thing you kind of want to cover is something really big between me and Jagius, something which has been really on our kind of tits and more. Which is gotta wait for it. The Steam review changing system. Basically, Steam has changed their review system so that basically the only reviews which count on Steam are the ones where you've actually purchased the game from Steam. So yes, it's Steam review changes. So anybody that got the Steam keys just basically don't have a review now. They do, but it's hidden. So, Jagius, do you want to start the rant? What do you think about it?
God, where to start? Really, I think the worst thing in all this is it hurts the indie developers like a ton. There's a lot of smaller studios, like that I know, that they come to us to influence, to get the reviews up there, because otherwise nobody's just going to go buy a game from nobody they've ever heard of and dive right in and see if it's any good. They're counting on some reviews, and these developers have spent time making these contacts because they can't do marketing, they can't afford that kind of thing. But what they can do is get a hold of influencers like ourselves to get their game out there, to do some reviews on it, and to give people an idea of what the game looks like without people having to spend their money on it. And that's gone now. No support are they going to be able to garner from even like a Groupies bundle sale or Kickstarter or any of that. All these keys are now useless to the review community as a whole, and their cheap marketing is now completely gone. It favors AAA in such a huge underhanded way. I mean, just inherently, anybody with a marketing budget now gains traction because they have the ability to reach the consumer before the indie developer does.
So yeah, we're pretty pissed. But I thought Jagius was going to start shooting people and I felt the passion in that, man. I was like, oh, cool.
Well, it affects a lot of friends of mine. It's just not fair.
It does. Because we used to put reviews onto Steam as well, and it basically means anybody with the key, and I don't think they really fully thought it through, because with key activations, as Gamer Guy was saying, it's Humble Bundle, Groupies, is that one, Groupies? Groupons or something, I don't know, but there's all that kind of stuff there, and essentially, everyone, like, they're trying to say use our Steam, like, marketplace to have a kind of review. I mean, for me, GGS, when we're kind of reviewing, let's say, 10 games in a week, and they're all like £12 or dollars, it all adds up. So really, it's kind of like a two-way negotiation. The developers and publishers give us keys in exchange for a fair review. Now, I know there's some people who kind of misconstrue that and say, oh, give us good reviews and we'll give you free keys. I think that's wrong. Yeah, that should go. That's definitely bad. But for honest reviewers, kind of, especially the indie reviewers as well at the bottom, where we're writing reviews, and the only way for us to really get noticed is one avenue, at least anyway, is through the Steam reviews. Well, now they're kind of just gone because the filters by default is set to the reviews which are kind of Steam purchased only, which sucks so bad, because most majority of users on Steam, they'll see the game, they'll see the Steam score, which means I've got to bring on this. The Steam score on the store page is only the store purchased scores. Now the kind of keys don't make any difference to it whatsoever. So they're kind of saying they take it really seriously, but what I brought up is, if they took it seriously, the score so seriously, on their Steam market page, there's no way to filter any games by score, which is just like, okay. They're taking a score kind of really seriously, changing a lot of shit, and, it's just so bad when they don't really, I mean, to be honest, I don't look at a game and think, oh, it's 74%, that's better than the 75% games, because even now a lot of the games, you get like some games which are 20% freaking positive, or whatever, or 70% positive, and like Gamer Guy, you were playing a few games yesterday, and 2 games you played were both in the 80% range. And the other one, which was lower, was in 60%, but it turns out the 60% game was better than the 280%, Better. So, I mean, this is still kind of a really messed up system, and it needs definite change into the whole kind of, they just didn't really think it through, and Steam doing just pushed it without even, because their opening sentence was pretty much, oh, we've listened to all your valuable input and all that stuff, and it's like, well, first of all, there's no real kind of clear way to contact you even, so, it's just typical Steam fashion, boom, we'll do this, and we'll do this. But I think I'm pretty much, the problem is I've been like raging about this so freaking much this week that I've said a lot, and now, like, when it comes to the actual podcast, I kind of, I'm like, oh, I'm out of steam. Literally, out of steam. I'm going to start with my mani puns now. But, yeah, that's one big problem. But that's what they rely on as well. Like, after a few weeks, people kind of generally just die down, and, that's it. It's for anything in life. Kind of, if we have a look at the, there was T. Martin and stuff, like, with the scams which they did, I can't quite remember now, it's gone off the top. I think it was CSGO Lotto, where they actually scammed people by saying, oh, go to CSGO Lotto, when the fact they were actually the owner of the website. But a few weeks passed, everyone forgot about that, and they're the best people in the world again. So I guess time will come and people will just forget about it, and business as always, and Steam gets rich and us indie people get screwed. But yeah, that's my kind of rant on it. That's my kind of. Do you have anything else to add, Gamer Guy, at all?
I just want to I think what the most common response I'm getting to people on this is that they need to eliminate the fake reviews and whatnot that are generated by getting a key. Oh, I trade you a key for a good review. But how many reviews are out there that are just absolute shit fake reviews? That are like memes, or they're like 10 out of 10 would bang again, or you know what I mean?
They frustrate me.
They're completely worthless, and there's way more of that going on than there is of anything else. Both regular, legitimate, and illegitimate reviews combined. There's just way more garbage all over the place. Maybe think about cleaning up the garbage overall. If you really care about the score, why is that not being addressed at all?
Yeah.
But I think that's it.
Yeah. I know if you're wondering why Gamer Guy is so much more passionate than me at the moment, it's because, as well as time difference, it's midnight for me. I've been awake for a good 3 hours, but still. Let's just say I've been up since about 9 AM or something like that. Yeah. But I can assure you I'm highly passionate on it. I just suck at the moment.
Yeah, he's kind of been the one that's been making me passionate about it all week too.
Yeah.
He really is.
As I said, I already vented in the one YouTube video which got about 200 views, and I really freaking vented on that one. That's where you actually hear me. But moving on from Steam now, I guess, moving on from that. Anybody in chat want to mention anything about it as well? I'm reading chat as well. I got chat picked up, but yeah, the next kind of topic is kind of moving from Steam to Xbox, which great news about the backwards compatibility program, which actually broke 250 games backwards compatible. So that means your Xbox 360 games you can play on your Xbox One, and they added 3 new games this week. I'm looking at a list right now, as you can see. Bound by Flame. I've not played that one, so I don't have any idea. Have you played that at all on Steam, Bound by Flame?
I have not.
Yeah, I got no clue. Maybe someone in chat could help. The Mer, which I can't stand that game. I think it's a load of shit. And the reason for that is just there's bright colours and more and all happiness, and I'm just trying to play. And for some reason, it was the only ever game which kind of gave me a real big headache. And of course, Virtua Fighter 5 Final Showdown, whatever that is. But yeah, there we go. Obviously, Gamer Guy is more Steam orientated, so he can't really say, "Oh yeah."
Yeah, no, Xbox. But I do think it's really cool that I was talking about this with a friend this week. I could go buy an Xbox One, and apparently all the stuff that I bought on the Xbox 360 that's backwards compatible will automatically just show up on there, and that's pretty damn cool.
Yeah.
Like, I could have a library without even buying a game.
Hey Optimus Magnus, and hello everyone as well that's joining. I appreciate everyone stopping by. And as I said, things will get better. It's the first kind of podcast, and even the overlay is pretty shit, but we give it our best shot because certain things kind of not fitting and stuff. But every week we're going to be doing this now, and it's going to get better. And I can assure you, I'll be more passionate as well. So yeah. But next week I won't be here at all, and it will just be Gamer Guy's role to kind of make it even more shitter. Which is pretty impossible right now.
Figure if I could run it all the way down, then we can bring it back up when we get back.
Yeah. So, I guess that's pretty much backwards compat. I do plan on adding the Twitch chat as well onto the stream, and this course will be ported over to YouTube after this. So if you do miss it, then we got some freaking well, yeah. So now we're going to go on to the kind of the news topic. We'll have different sections on this podcast where we talk about kind of things, and it'll stay how it is. So we've had like kind of debate of the week where we'll bring up a debate, which wasn't really a debate. It was just me and Gamer Guy getting really pissed off at Steam. Then is the kind of the backwards compatibility, because now they're adding backwards games every pretty often. We should cover PlayStation on that, but as I said, it was kind of, well, very limited on time, so we did our best. But now is the news section, and the best news of this week, well, it's really, by the best news, I mean, like, literally, I had to scrape to the bottom of the barrel to get this one. Is Resident Evil 7 won't feature microtransactions, Capcom confirms. Now, that's pretty kind of amusing when they're kind of using that as their selling points. Our game won't feature microtransactions, but it'll feature season passes, DLC, all this, all that, I think I'm just tired of microtransactions, especially in full premium games, $60 games, like you got Call of Duty where, yeah, we'll just throw in a few skins for a few bucks, because who won't really complain about that, it's true. It don't cost them nothing and they get a few cents here and there, but eventually it'll start to grow and grow and grow, and, there's kind of, a while back, I read up an article, me and my crazy random articles, and it was actually to do with games, like eventually all games are going to turn free to play, and, essentially every game will be free to play, and they're just going to make it so that you gotta sink your time and money only into one game, because that's how much they're going to frickin' milk you like a cow. But yeah, what's your views on Resident Evil 7?
I gotta play through the first 6 first. No, I think I'm with you on that one. The fact that you're using as a selling point that we're not going to overcharge the shit out of you, that's horrible. Tells you a lot about the state of the industry of AAA games as it is.
The last Resident Evil I played was Resident Evil 2 back on PlayStation 1, and I remember watching a friend on Resident Evil 5, and I was like, what the hell, I thought this was just a zombie game, and there's like freaking critters pouncing out, and fucking madness now. But yeah, like, so Jamie wrote it as something cool in chat. He said, surely the best news is that the real life hackers can get a copy of Watch Dogs 2 by hacking a certain website.
That's pretty cool. That's awesome.
You might break a few laws in the process and get arrested and go to jail. But
it's good marketing, though.
I feel sorry for like kind of Lidl or Walmart, which gets hacked. Well, I thought it was Watch Dogs 2, man. How do I know? So yeah, that was kind of the whole. That was. I never actually. I don't know if you're being serious about that at all, or what, Jamie. But we'll have to see. It's gonna kind of skip up. Okay. And there's news for PlayStation and Xbox owners. This Battlefield 4 DLC goes free. I'm not sure how old this is. I think I pulled it up a few days ago, maybe, on the good old Twitter. And yeah, apparently all DLC for Battlefield 4 can will go. Well, I think it's already free now. So
Yeah.
so there we go. I didn't do too much research on that. Like, shoot me on that part. But that's freaking awesome news I found anyway. Because free DLC is always cool DLC, and it's basically DLC which should have been free in the first place, but whatever.
That's the thing. Yeah, it should have been free in the first place.
Yeah, so Jamie Reloaded pasted the link into chat. I'll add that into the YouTube video like description as well for anybody watching on YouTube who's kind of curious about it. Alright, Tom, sorry, I gotta postpone this podcast to go hack a minute.
Right.
But now we kind of got something, and even more Steam news, which is kind of really funny. It's now for those who haven't heard about Digital Homicide, they're kind of people who buy Unity stock assets and just literally spam the shit out of Steam Marketplace with it over and over and over again. And someone criticised them for it, and they ended up suing that person. And then now they've took it to the fact where, like, I think there was about 100 or so Steam people that were harassing them by basically leaving bad reviews, and Digital Homicide LLC took it on them to go and literally aim for 100 of those people and try and sue them. Now, once word hit that Digital Homicide were actually trying to go and literally go to the majority of people who even just for stupid things like leaving a negative review or just negative comments, Steam were just like, well, fuck this, and just completely removed all their games, removed them from the store page, and just, went crazy. But I think it's ridiculous, kind of suing people over their opinions and such over their game just because it's bad. I mean, there was one time before when I was playing Blast and Bunnies, and I give her an okay review. I thought, well, I think the pricing system of it sucks, and kind of, it's not the best of games, but, it's just an average game, and they ended up blacklisting me and freaking, it's like, come on, you want your games to get better at the end, so please learn to accept some criticism, So have you had any run-ins, Gamer Guy, with any?
Not with Digital Homicide.
There was one game, going back now, I think it was Game Tycoon 2, was it, in early access? And that was funny.
I didn't like that one because right away in early access they were charging $10 for a game that literally had zero content. You couldn't release a game until like 6 months after the game of being in early access or whatever. Even after that, really you couldn't do much in the game. It fell flat, fell way short of expectations. I wrote a negative review on Steam, and the developer took a habit, developer or publisher, I'm not sure which, took to the habit of literally messaging me multiple times a day on Steam, hey, can you delete that review or change it? Can you change it? If you're not going to change it, could you delete the review? Because we'd really like you to change it to a positive, but we don't want any negative reviews. Could you at least delete the review? I mean, it's like, no, the whole point is you made a shitty game, and I want to let people know that you made a shitty game. I mean, you couldn't release anything. You still, it's a game about releasing games, and at that point in time, you still couldn't release a game in the game. So there was no way I was going to give it a positive review, and it said that until then. But needless to say, I literally got bugged on a daily basis for like weeks before it finally stopped.
No, I'm laughing.
I wasn't going to block him. I was just going to let him keep doing it because, quite frankly, I found it amusing.
And the best thing was, I gave the game positive straight away. But I was still very new to Steam Early Access. But this actually kind of touches on something else, because there's so many more games going into this Early Access program now, and kind of, I think they're kind of making a meal out of it now. Like before, it was actually a good idea, but now they're kind of abusing it. We've had it with Ark Survival Evolved. Now, GGS knows exactly what I'm going to bring up with that. Because the game is still in early access. It's not completed, but a few weeks back, was it a few weeks or was it last week? I don't know, time flies so fast. But they had a DLC for it called Scorched Earth, even though the game is not even complete yet. And, you know, I think that's pretty crazy. At least finish your game first before adding DLC.
I think that's insane. That's you want people to pay like $20 for DLC and you haven't even finished the game. I don't even have the words for that. That's balls.
Yeah. There's another game I brought up as well, which I was really looking forward to. I think it was We Happy Few. And I thought that game had, like, literally, if they just held on and just released it bang when it's complete, I reckon that could have done absolutely amazing. But no, they go and just release the shell of the game right now, early access. People will talk about it now and say, yeah, it's alright. I didn't really enjoy it too much. I think I literally got like 10 minutes in and just turned it off because there was no story at all to it. So, and I think when that game comes down the line of actually being released, everyone's going to be like, well, we've already played it a bit, you know, we don't care. So yeah, it's kind of, that was real kind of early access rant. So basically what we're doing is just slamming everyone and everything. That's cool. We like it. It's good. But moving on to something kind of a little more positive now, we're going to be talking about kind of games we streamed and played for the week. So I'll start by saying one game which I played, which I still haven't completed yet, but it was Minecraft Story Mode, episode 8, which is finally released, and you know, the whole Minecraft season package is just complete. And I could actually rant right now about episodic games, but I'm not going to do that. So Minecraft was complete. I went from episode 4 till about 6, I think, so I've not played 7 and 8, so no spoilers in the chat, please. But funny thing was, I haven't played that game for a few months, so when I did come to playing it anyway, I kind of forgot all about it. So yeah. What about you, Gamer Guy? What have you played for this week, or what was released for this week, which really stood out to you?
Doesn't matter. Nothing that I played mattered, except for last night I finally beat Ironcast. After 96 hours of playing that game and streaming it for probably over half of that, I finally beat it. There's only 2 levels to the game, too, so it's kind of sad, but I made it. And I guess you said, what, there was only like 6 people on Xbox One that ever beat it? So
yeah, well, tracked on True Achievements at least. Anyway, there's only 6 people that completed it. And it's
no, don't qualify it. Just leave it at 6
okay. It's alright, 500 people completed it in their first 10 minutes, apart from Gamer Guy who took 96 hours. But yeah, you know, it turned into one of those things where every few days Gamer Guy would be on Ironcast, and I'd kind of been laughing at him because he'd never ever get past level 2. So it's like, ha 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 ha. No, I can't laugh at him, which sucks. There'll be another game coming up, I'm sure.
Plenty, tons.
But with Ironcast, if you do think about starting it, Gamer Guy got some words of wisdom.
Yeah.
I don't know, I was hoping you would say something.
Persistence and all that, yeah.
Don't
Never give up.
That was good. That went so awkward and I like that. When it's smooth as butter on a butter on a, I don't fucking know.
Smooth as that is how it went.
Yeah. And another 2 games I played was LA Cops, which has been out for quite a while, which is kind of like a top-down shooter, which, what was that? I think it's Miami Vice, maybe. It plays a lot like Miami Vice, I think it's called. Or Miami Heat, I think that's a basketball team, but whatever, that'll do. I'm terrible. And of course, Attack on Titan, Wings of Freedom, which I kind of enjoyed. A little different, and really kind of like a Dynasty Warrior type game. Miami Hotline, thanks Jamie, you got my back. So yeah. But yeah, that's kind of the whole kind of games we... I think, Game Guy, did you play any more games for the week at all?
I started just earlier this morning. I started The Wolf Among Us, and that's pretty. You were right. I'm enjoying the shit out of that. Like I really am. a lot.
And for me, the reason I think he enjoys it so much is because like the main character Big B has like a lot of his traits, which basically Gamer Guy's an asshole. You can be an asshole to one there, so that's really cool with the Wolf Among Us. Yeah. But yeah, so there's been several games kind of released this week which really stuck out to me. Well, which are kind of notable in talking about. I mean, there's probably like 500 games released on Steam, and I mean, for this, we're just going to kind of pick out a few which really stuck out. So obviously I brought this one up already, Minecraft Story Mode, which, you know, I already said that. Recore. Now, Recore is actually one of those very interesting games which, on Metacritic, it did kind of mediocre, like kind of a 5 out of 10 score, a 50 out of 100 score. And I remember bringing it up to somebody, I said, well, normally on Metacritic, when the professional outlets give the game kind of poor and low score, the public do the opposite and give a good score. And, you know, funnily enough, what happened is exactly what happened. I mean, I think it's only on like 50 now on Metacritic Recore. I've not actually played the game, so it sucks because I'll be able to talk more about it, but sorry, yeah, the public Metacritic people give it around about, I think it's about 60, 70, so yeah, that's kind of very interesting stuff to do with Recore. There's obviously Dead Rising Collection, which is all Dead Rising 1, 2, and I think the DLCs for it come in a complete package and re-released onto Xbox One. Bioshock Collection. Now that's kind of interesting because on Steam, here we go again, bringing up Steam, or an arsehole. But on Steam, if you own the original Bioshock, you actually get the Bioshock Collection for free. But on Xbox One, I don't think it actually worked like that. On consoles, it didn't at all. You had to rebuy it. But again, I didn't play Bioshock Remastered at all for the week, so yeah, I have no clue on how great it is or how bad it is, but I'm glad because I can play it through a Gamer Guy's Steam library, so hoo-yah! Because I'm family after all. I'll give you the $200 later, Gamer Guy, okay? With that, there's also Pac-Man Championship 2, which Sangrias was very, very happy with, because he's a Pac-Man champion, you know, being very good at those games and all. And a game which has been out on Steam since 2010, which is Mountain Blade Warband, which is, you know, 6 years later, it's finally hit consoles. But with that console game, again, I only watched a few of it. Only watched kind of, I didn't get to play it either, unfortunately, and well, with the game on Xbox One, it kind of, I've heard it runs like rough every now and then, kind of not as smooth as we would have liked. And that's another thing on Xbox One games, kind of certain games now are kind of running a bit rough around the edges at certain points, which is obviously their point of you starting to sell the Scorpio or whatever to you, like, oh yeah, this new console, and you get that new console, and then there's a kind of little problem, oh yeah, but this new console, so then you go and buy into that and just get a fucking PC. But anyway, so on to the next topic. We're going through this so smoothly, I like it, and by that we're not really going through it smoothly, but still. So the next one is, of course, any games excited for this month, and of course, in chat, if you guessed what game I'm excited for this month, I'll give you, well, I won't give you nothing because well, you'll probably know, but Gamer Guy, any games you're excited for this month?
I am. In fact, I played the demo, I think it was last week or the week before, on the Hidden Levels, and that's Virginia. I'm really looking forward to that coming out on Steam. It looks like an incredibly interesting game, kind of unique. It's like a point-and-click-ish style, narrative-driven, but nobody was talking. It was really cool, though. Reminds me of Twin Peaks, if you know what Twin Peaks is. It's kind of like that in video game form. So that's probably worth checking out. There's a free demo on Steam. Takes you through about the first 20 minutes of the game or so.
When I was watching you, it didn't feel that long, to be honest. It felt like 5 minutes the demo, but still. I think I remember that you were doing a demos session, and you're kind of just going through it. But yeah, it also comes out on Xbox One as well, and PS4, I believe. And if I'm wrong, I get a shot, but I'm actually quite interested in that. I kind of really like the graphics to it as well, and you can tell there's kind of going to be a deep message behind it, or at least I hope there's going to be some sort of deep message. If there's not, then there's probably a lot of potential which they missed out on, which is kind of unfortunate, really. But yeah, I am excited for that as well. Do you remember who it was published by at all? Cause,
I don't off the top of my head, but I could probably pull it up in like 2 seconds.
if you could pull it up, because I like getting stuff up. But obviously the game which I was looking forward to is obviously Forza Horizon 3. I played the demo, and I think, oh my god, this game looks absolutely incredible. You got like the deserts which you can go. Well, it's not really desert, but 505 games. Thanks, Jamie.
Yeah, it's 505. Yeah. Wow, I did not know that was a 505 game.
What about the developer? Have you closed it now?
Oh. Yeah, I can bring it.
Yeah. But yeah, with Forza Horizon, it's set in eastern Australia, kind of on. Oh god, there's so many bays and beaches on there. I often get freaking confused. It's like I can't think of the bay. It's something bay, not Bondi
Variable
Beach.
state.
Variable state. Oh, I don't think they've had any other games out.
Nope, this is it on Steam at least.
That's gonna be good. This could be interesting for their first release. So all the best to them. Yeah, Forza Horizon 3. I think it's gonna be really freaking cool. I think it's gonna be one of those games you have to play to kind of understand how fun the game is. But the demo's out on Xbox One as far as I know, and hopefully there'll be a demo for Windows 10. Excuse me, sorry about that. And that game's gonna be amazing. I'll put my money down. It's gonna be amazing. And if it's not, you can come shoot me. There was one game which I actually forgot to mention, which I played. Toy Odyssey is kind of like a roguelike-esque platformer, and I played a little bit. I didn't play too much because to be honest, it really kicked my ass. And yeah, but basically you're a little toy which comes out alive after your owner goes to sleep, kind of like Toy Story. You're a little tiny character, and basically turns around, you exploring the house, and the house is roguelike, so it changes every now and then. You could be going up, and the next level you could be going down. But that game was really difficult for me. But for anybody who's into kind of Dark Souls or difficult games or roguelike games or platformers or a mixture of all, definitely recommend checking out that game. There's also a preview over on our YouTube. So yeah, Toy Odyssey, The Lost and Found. The preview of me doing the preview probably explaining it better than I am explaining it now. But yeah.
Can I play Woody in it?
No Woody. But you can have a Woody while playing it, right? No, we've had kind of a fun section in the podcast now, down upsetting. Time to bring the tone down and just get really upset with the next bunch of news, which is of course talking about delays. Which is great because this week actually most people probably think there's only going to be one delay, which is going to be South Park, but there's actually a lot more. There's an abundance of delays, which kind of sucks. So yeah, the first delay really is South Park, which is delayed into 2017. Which doesn't really bother me, to be honest. I mean, I don't know why. It just doesn't bother me. I seen on E3 the trailer and it looked really, really funny. I'm not too much of a South Park fan. But the games I really did enjoy playing, and I got no problem about it being delayed. What about you, Gamer Guy? Are you a fan of South Park? Have you played the games?
Nah, it doesn't. I'm neither here nor there. I mean, it looks funny. I've seen people play the Stick of Truth, and that looks really good. But call me when there's an Archer game. I'd prefer that.
Yeah. Now the next delay, it was presented beautifully. It didn't say game on PlayStation's website. It didn't just say game delayed. It said about The Last Guardian, because that game was originally set to be released, I think it was 2010 or 2011, and PlayStation got a new feature on their website, their blog if you want to call it that, where they don't say this game's been delayed, they kind of do about this game, and you click on it and then it says this game's been delayed. Shit, PlayStation, let's all freaking burn down our buildings and stuff. But yeah, The Last Guardian is now delayed until December 2016, which is freaking funny. 6-year delay or 5 years delay, and I really feel for those PlayStation people, because a lot of PlayStation games have been delayed crazily, and no one actually talks about that. No one brings it up in topics about how a lot of PlayStation games get delayed constantly. There's another one as well.
Or how they won't get the mods for Fallout 4 at all.
Don't burn them like that Gamer Guy.
I'm not trying to burn them, I just think it sucks.
Yeah. Hey JT, how's it going? But yeah, I think maybe in 2 weeks or something we'll cover PlayStation. I mean, I ain't got a problem with PlayStation. I like PlayStation. I think they're cool. I'm just, There's just a few things, like with anything really, there's a few flaws to what they do. The next delay is, of course, Shovel Knight. There's DLC Spectre of Torment, which has, of course, been delayed to 2017. Now, I don't actually know too much about this at all. Do you have any clue about it, Gamer Guy? Shovel Knight? DLC for Shovel Knight?
Never played Shovel Knight, the original, so...
I think next time we do a podcast, we actually research...
It wasn't indie enough for me.
Nah, just kidding. Just kidding. But, yeah. It's a pretty big game, Shovel Knight, and to be honest, I thought it was done, like, they finished and moved on, but obviously they got a DLC coming out for it, because in a lot of games, Shovel Knight is kind of a big cameo, and it was one of the biggest indie successes in a while, and yeah, so obviously they wanted to bring DLC out for it, but now they're kind of like, oh, let's delay it until 2017, so anybody in chat who wanted Shovel Knight, sorry, you have to wait now. But there's plenty of amazing games, unless you want Last Guardian, then yeah. Now, this was kind of, the next game I want to talk about was kind of the first Kickstarter success, really, because we had the Mighty Number 9, which got delayed. There's a few others, but the next one was Bloodstained Ritual of the Night. Was that the Castlevania guy? I think it was something like that, or maybe it was something to do, but yeah, the leader of Bloodstained Ritual of the Night kind of announced the game will be delayed until 2018, which is like a long freaking time for a delay, to be honest, because I think it was like the second or third most backed project on Kickstarter. So we've had Mighty Number 9, which kind of flopped harder than my dick, sorry, but that's the truth, and this game was just getting delayed, but I got good feeling about it. I think it's gonna be a good game. And then the last delay, this is kind of obscure, unless you're Shioka, you probably won't even know about the game. It's the Western release of Akiba's Beat for PS4 and Vita, delayed until early 2017. Now, I don't know jack shit, so I'm sorry, but I'm just going to bring that up anyway, just in case there's a die-hard Akiba's Beat fan waiting for it to hit Western shores. So, sorry guys for that. So, we're probably going to bring up to our last section now.
And
yes.
it's 10, but thank you.
Yeah, it's 10% off Blue Voss. And Jagius also owns the company, but that he's not allowed to disclose because he wants to continue scamming people. But this is kind of now our last section. I mean, as you see, every week it'll probably be about 1 hour show, but this is kind of our first show, really kind of teething into it. And, you know, I mean, by far, it's not obviously not going to be perfect straight away, but every week we're going to improve. But yeah, our last section is about rumours, and there's only really one kind of big rumour I teased on this kind of week in research, and it was about the Games of Gold for Xbox One October Gold's predictions, and multiple sites kind of brought it up there. It's going to be Watch Dogs. I saw that. Yeah, Watch Dogs. That was pretty funny, I don't know. Iron Man 2, which I think I got anyway, which got like a really uneven gamer score for anybody who kind of loves gamer score. Assassin's Creed Black Flag and Forza 5, which is very interesting because I think Assassin's Creed Black Flag has already been Games with Gold, so I'm not sure if they mean Black Flag for 360 and Watch Dogs for Xbox One, but yeah, those predictions have been kind of up on multiple sites. I don't personally believe them. Game Guy, do you have any inputs about the free Games with Gold at all?
You know, if you wanted to see what was coming out ahead of time, I would follow whatever's going to be marketed that month heavily.
Yeah.
So Watch Dogs sounds like it would be about right to me, and Forza 5 seems like it would be about right to me.
Iron Man 2, hell yeah. But yeah, I guess that's kind of the whole topics we really wanted to discuss about. If you feel there should be more topics, if you've got any more opinions, suggestions, feel free to, you know, message me or Gamer Guy and leave comments down below in the description. If you're watching on YouTube, if you Twitch, you can just say you're shit right now. It's cool, totally cool. We know we're shit. But I mean, that's kind of the whole podcast really done for this week. It's about 30 minutes long, which is really cool. But I want to appreciate you all for stopping by. Gamer Guy, do you have any kind of last words at all?
Just thank you everybody for indulging us and seeing what we had to do here. Like, man, we've been talking about doing this for a while, and I think we're gonna have a lot of fun with it. I mean, but like you said, it's gonna get better and better. So thank you for hanging out with us.
Like, this week was really rough, to be honest. I mean, you know, you could tell it's like, but like even Gamer Guy's camera right now don't even fit into the right box, and he's kind of filling up 2 boxes with GGS and Gast, and I actually forgot to record it as well, which is great. But we'll have to export it over to Twitch. You know, we'll do it through Twitch, so the quality's really going to suffer as well, which sucks. But yeah, again, there's also going to be like a chat box above, and you know, we're going to be more responsive to people in the chat as well. I mean, yeah. So I really hope things get better from now onwards. Next week for the second episode, I won't be here, but Game Guy will be taking over with 2 other people. Send your submissions into him now. To submit, you gotta send a naked picture into his email address, which is hotnakedpeople@jgs.com, right?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah. But get onto
I was making
GGS.
sure that was a registered domain. Okay, yeah, we're good.
Make sure to get onto the GGS though about that. I'm pretty sure you'll sort things out, but yeah, that's about it really. So yeah, thanks all guys, I appreciate you stopping by again. I'll say that like
Thank
6
you.
times. Yeah, I hope you all have a great day, and see us again same time next week, which is Mondays 7 PM EDT, which is funny because I almost forgot that again. But yeah, thanks guys, and I hope to see you all again soon. Bye. Do a little wave, GGS, there we go, he did his wave. I'm gonna keep doing my royal wave. Alright, catch you next week. Well, I'll catch you for this week for the stream, but anyway, shut up. Bye!